How's it going, everyone? Well, it's a rainy day here in Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada. Fredericton North. I'm sitting in front. That was the York Funeral Home. I just got the checklist done for Dad's funeral. If you're wondering where I've been, I have been Dad passed, so I have been taking care of getting him plunked in next to Mom. That's the way he put it. And all the things that go along with being a power of attorney and executor. There's a lot to do. Turn you around so you don't have to see my face here. Dad, over the last month, he just faded away. And over the last two and a half years, he just ended up dying of a broken heart. Sorry for the rain and the focus problems, but that's what happens in the rain. I'll go to Brookside driveway here. So all I have left to do now is see Dad. And see Dad off. We did that, so all I gotta do is go to the lawyer and see what they have to say. I've got to put his insurance policies into a new bank account, an estate account. Leave his gonna leave his regular bank account open for a year in case he has any surprises coming and stuff. You shouldn't, but you never know. Plus, I gotta pay for the probate out of that account and just next year's taxes, because I still have a year of taxes, partial year, so I've got to do that. Other than that, I think we're good. I think we're really good. I'm getting PTSD coming down here. For 3 years when Dad was in the old folks home, my mom lived right here in this area on McKnight Street, and I had to take her right over to the Brookside Mall and get her groceries and her drugs and stuff like that, so it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all. So after the bank, I gotta go apply for probate first, I guess. And this bank account will of course be frozen, because as soon as he died, BOA is done, and it just turned into my executor role. So I'm an executor now. I gotta take care of all this other schmozzle. I've decided to stay up at the trailer overnight. Didn't have to, but kind of wanted to be alone. So I'll stay there tonight, watch a few movies, have a couple of drinks. Probably get up in the morning, go to the Red Lantern with Uncle Steve if he's available. He usually is, he's retired now. And then go home tomorrow afternoon, back to work Wednesday and Thursday, and then brakes on Jen's car on Friday. Man, oh man. Work nights this weekend. I'm gonna enjoy the break. It's hard to, you wouldn't think that it would be a break. break, but it is. It'd be a big break. What's going on in your world? This is North Fredericton. I'm gonna head out to Mactaquac route here. Probably go into, what do you call it? We'll go through Douglas and then probably go to Coburn Farm, stop in there, get a couple of dozen eggs, or at least 1 dozen. Listen, everyone, thanks very much. I just want to let you know what happened. Dad kind of died of a broken heart slowly over the course of 2 years. Mom died on October 13th. 2023. He died, fittingly enough, on my wedding anniversary, Jen and I's, on June 5th, 2026. And at the end, he just decided not to eat anymore. He was tired. He missed her. He called out for her, cried for her, refused to, even though he knew she was dead. Still, he was senile. Sometimes he didn't. He looked for her for 2.5 years and couldn't find her, but he knew where she was. He knew she was gone. So we were sitting in there for a week at the York Care Center where he lived for the last 5-6 years from a massive stroke that he had, and just couldn't live at home anymore with Mom. And then Mom ended up in there for a little over a year, and then she passed first. No one would have ever thought that, but she just kept falling. And then she ended up having a couple of broken hips and a dislocated hip. She went under anesthetic 3 times in 6 months, and her body just gave out. So Dad hung around for another almost 2.5 years. It was 2.5, over 2.5 years. Finally, at the end, he just looked at you and said, I just want to die, and disturbing things like that. What do I do? Just tell me what to do. I get tired of telling him, listen, you just got to eat and sleep. But I mean, his brain was gone. He couldn't read anymore. He couldn't watch TV. He did weird things like, he'd have a spell and take pictures off his wall and smash them on the floor, and slapped a couple other people in there. If you know my dad, that's just not him. Never did anything like that. He grew up as a Navy man, and then he spent 30 years in law enforcement on one thing or another. He started a bunch of Sea Cadet Corps here in New Brunswick, and he promoted girls over and over and over. He did a lot for little children. So, he's a good man. I'm proud of him. But I understand why he had to go. He just get tired of it. So, anyway, listen, everyone. Thanks very much for coming along with me there. And I just settled his affairs there today. So, once again, I just got to go to the bank, the lawyer again, and then it's a waiting game. Well, they do their thing and go through his accounts, make sure my fingers haven't been in it, which I haven't. I'm not worried about that. But just for the peace of mind for my brother and sister and stuff. So then they'll disperse what he had to the 3 of us after everything's paid. I'll leave his other bank account open for a year, and for tax purposes and whatnot. So, yep, that's it. Thanks very much, everyone. Listen, if you're a regular sub and you want to do so, smash that like. Appreciate that. If you're not a sub, if you like daily vlogs, you're not quite all as somber as this, of course, all the time like that. But I go all over New Brunswick here and other places when I'm in them, and just do car vlogs and stuff like that around different towns and cities. So if you're into that sort of thing, I'm here 2 or 3 times a week. Ordinarily, I did take, like I say, 2 or 3 weeks off here to deal with Dad's death and funeral, but besides that, I'll be here. So thanks very much, and we're going to see you next time. Have a good one.